We from that cassette era, you know what I'm saying? That purple tape era, that Nas Illmatic era, that Dr. Dre, Chronic, Snoop Dogg era, you know what I mean? We bouncing all over the place with this right here. We taking it from the south, from the west to the east, to the north, Midwest. We taking this globally, man. Like, you gotta see that. Like, we going all over the place with this, man. Europe, shout out to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to New Zealand, Australia. Yo, we going everywhere with this. This is that real. You looking for that real hip hop? You need that real hip hop in your life? You need the International Reem Supreme Show.
Alright, cool. So my journey to our next guest. I was rocking on SoundCloud. You know, usually when I'm on SoundCloud, I just let it rip. You know what I mean? I'm looking for shit that way. You know, to me, SoundCloud and YouTube is now the underground station in a way, like back in the days in New York. You know what I mean? Shout like when we used to listen to radio or whatever. Shout out to Stretch and Bobito, their station. Shout out to Funkmaster Flex, where he used to come on late at night. He used to drop his shit. You know what I mean? This is like early '90s. You know what I mean? And so I let SoundCloud rock like that and other shit, but whatever. So I hear this joint, and immediately the beat catches me, right? It's like Scooby says, you know, the beat is crazy.
Right.
So from there, you know, I throw the hard up and shit. I start listening to it, and then, you know, for some odd reason, we kind of lost touch with videos. You know what I mean? Like we ain't running home to watch, you know, BET The Basement no more, shit like that, right? So for whatever reason, I was just like, yo, let me peep the video, yo. So I went on YouTube and I peeped the video, and I was like, yo, like, you know, when I put the face to the name, I was like, wow, yo. Like the first thing I thought was, you know, this dude is a leader, bro. Like he about something more than this. You know what I mean? He's not just pinning. Like he's explaining to you what the fuck he's living. You know what I mean? And he was like, yo, generals, you know, swerving cognac. And I was like, yo, I be swerving cognac and shit. So, you know what I mean? I felt like I had the relation right there. And then, at the end of the video, I was Super Fat Joe at the end of the video, and I was like, yo, this is big, man, because Joe don't pop up in everybody's video. You know, Joe don't co-sign niggas, you know what I mean? Like, that's not Joe's thing. The last time Joe really put it on the line for somebody was Remy, and then before Remy, it was Punch. So, you know, when Joe makes an appearance or if he co-signs you, that puts you on a level, you know what I mean? And I would then see that he was doing some features and stuff like that, and that was cool, you know, digging to the albums and everything. And you know, I was just like, yo, this dude he's this next guy. He's out of New York, that makes it even iller. And then he's Latino, that makes it even iller because I'm seeing this whole emergence of Latin rappers coming back in the game, and everybody has their individual lane. Ain't nobody like this cat, you know what I mean? Shout out to Eo, shout out to Prime Apple, shout out to who else do we name out there? Shout out to
Nims,
shout out to Gorilla Nims. That's my new bad guy. I've been telling people from Houston to LA to Atlanta, all my people I be kicking it with. But you know, I call this a Hail Mary, right? Because none of us got industry connects, you know what I mean? Like we may know somebody who made it, but you know, when I throw these invites out over Twitter, maybe Hail Mary bombs, man. I don't know if dude's gonna respond or if it's gonna be all peace. And I ain't going front, man. I gave up. I was like, yo, I hit him. I was like, all right, some people don't want to be interviewed, or maybe we ain't got enough views, whatever it may be. It's all peace. And then out of the blue, I was scratching my head like, yo, we got to find another artist, yo. Like, we doing good. Can't fall off now. What the fuck? I got ding. He was like, yo, yeah. And I was like, yo. Listen, man. Squad. I was like, yo, we got UFO Fev in the building.
When he calls that, I'm like, word?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I want to thank you, man. Guess who gonna be watching this episode with UFO?
Man, God bless, man. God bless. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Shout out to Long Island, man. Rocking heavy on the island.
Thank
That's
you.
what's up. That's what's up. Glen Cove in the house, Grimy City.
The whole, I'm heading east all the time. You know what I'm saying? I go get my hair braided out east. I love the island, man. Word.
We appreciate that. Right now, they keep this shots in Tampa, schools in Queens. Yo, listen, man, we gotta go through this whole discography, man. We got a few projects out there. We all got favorite songs that we want to chop it up and kind of learn a little bit more about, where you might have been in that situation. I'm gonna jump ahead of my own gun in this one, so I wanted to start with the first project, so let me start with the last one. Shout out to Termanology. I don't think you want to rap no more. I think it's
Right.
I think you just want to make really fucking dope beats, man.
Right.
Yo, how did
Right.
the idea even come together for you and Term doing this last project?
I'm gonna be all the way honest with y'all, man. I seen Term introduced me to Static. I met Term. He was in the neighborhood I live in right now. He was low. He was in the restaurant eating, and I frequent the restaurant. And I walked in, and I'm like, "Yo, you Termanology?" And he like, "Yeah." So I'm like, I'm UFO Fev. You know, I introduced myself. I let him know my affiliation with Joe because I know, I wanted him to know I was serious. But he kind of like brushed it off, like, all right. It just so happens God's, always works for me, man. He always works. It hasn't let me down. The next day was Static's album release party. And my man invited me, like, yo, you want to go to Static release party? I'm like, oh, yeah, we in there. So when I pull up, who's the first person standing, like, right behind security? Like, as soon as I get through security, the first person I see is Termanology. So he looking at me like, oh, shit. And I'm like, yo, what's good? I'm looking at him like, what's good? You know what I'm saying? So he like, yo, shit, what's up, man?
What's up now?
Yeah, I'm like, what's up, man?
Okay.
So he starts seeing me.
I ain't know.
Yeah, he starts seeing me get love and shit from a few people. So like, he come over to me like, yo, you really do your thing, huh? I'm like, yeah, man, like, I rock with you, you know what I'm saying? I want to rock with y'all niggas. I want to meet Static. I told him, like, he was like, all right, best, ain't no more. So in the process of all that happening, I found it, just being honest, like, it's kind of like my debt to Term, you know what I'm saying? Like, I told that nigga, like, he was like, yo, I want to make beats. I was like, yo, send me a batch. Like, I'll cook up for you, you know what I'm saying? Just because you put me with Static, like, because me and Static started working on Fresh Air, like, right away. Like,
And at the age of 6, I'm so advanced, I made it glitch. Call for maintenance, the ratings in. Big Bang Fev, ain't a show as great as him. Peace to all the hoods, I'm syndicated in.
as soon as he heard me, he was like, damn, like, he was like, get in the booth. So he had me recorded like right away, you know what I'm saying? So for that, I was looking at Term like, damn, like, thank you, you know what I'm saying? Because it was something that I had on my to-do list to get next to get to Static, you know what I'm saying? Like, get mess with me. And Term started making his beats, and he would send me batches, and you know what I'm saying, I would just record the joints. And I had the joint ready before we had Fresh Air, you know what I'm saying? So Term was like anxious to put it out, but in my head I already had, like, you know what I'm saying, the way I was gonna line things up. So after, it was like a year, a process of just like getting the mixes right, and, you know what I'm saying? Good thing we took our time because Villains was the last song. You know what I'm saying? Villains was like, when we was listening to it, we was like, yo, we missing that joint, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I recorded Villains, and it just so happens we was around Styles P like that whole week. You know what I'm saying? Prior to like me recording it, like Joe was running around the city, I kept seeing Styles, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was already like building with him, like he was rocking with me. Every time you see me, we stand next to each other, you feel me? Like we just be vibing. So I was like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna ask Styles. I told Term, like, yo, I'm gonna ask Styles, like, you asking two on your end, and I'm asking my end, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so I asked him, and he was like, I got you. And then Term hit him. Term hit me while me and Chill was telling y'all. Term hit me right away, like, yo, he said he got us. I was like, oh, this is lit. You feel me? Like,
you already answered one of my favorite questions, like, yo, how did that even connect? And to know that that was the last joint on there, it flows real ill to be the second song on the album. You know what I mean?
EP, yeah, it's Ghost turning UFO. Probably in a UFO. About to hit the split, my little homie quarter 2 to 4.
How I judge an MC is you got to be entertaining. You know what I mean? And
right.
it's harder on the MCs who got real messages, because not only do you want to, you know, I don't want to say preach, but talk your positivity, but you got to keep me engaged at the same time, right? So I always give a little bit more of a nudge to whoever has more of a message than they rhyme when they rhyme, right? So, but that's dope, man. So Styles P, you know, he was just like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
But how long did that, yeah, I got you take? Because, you know, motherfuckers be like, yeah, I got you, then you chasing him down for the
Nah, keep it 100. He was like, yo, I'm gonna do the verse, but the weed is on you. That's exactly what he
hey, that's what's up.
He was like, yo, I'm gonna do the verse for you, but the weed is on you. He was initially looking for me to go to D Block Studios for him to do it. It was under renovation for whatever reason, and COVID happened. So I was still going to the studio during COVID. So I told him, like, yo, I'm gonna be at the lab, you know what I'm saying? Low key, nobody, just me and my engineer. If you want to pull up, you good. Like, so he was supposed to pull up, but for whatever reason he couldn't. When I woke up the next morning, the verse was in my inbox. So it must have been like a good, maybe like 3 months.
That's dope.
Because initially the verse was for, yeah, because initially the verse was like for fresh air. You feel me? Like I was trying to get him for fresh air, and it didn't work. And then we just kept talking, and he was like, "Yo, I ain't forget you. Send me some heat." And I just did Villains. Like when we were having that conversation, I just so happened to have had Villains, which is a gem because I really didn't have nothing to send them. You know what I'm saying? At that time. So I was like, yo, my man was originally on Villains. So I hit my man first. I was like, yo, Styles P say he got a verse for us. If he rocking with Villains, would you mind if he jump on it? He hit me back like, that's the what? He's like, you bugging.
What I'm saying though is that an uncomfortable call to make? Because I don't know if I could call Shade Shack Shot, you know, with no malice in my heart and be like, yo, bro, I gotta take you off this song. Like I think at first rush I would be like, yeah, and then I would be like, oh shit, I gotta call Shot and tell him that.
I wasn't sure Styles was gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing. Like, yo, he likes it and he want to get on it. Well, what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? You want to keep the verse on there? You want to? Would you take it off? And the nigga was like, "You great, my man. It's my man." He was like, "Bro, that's Styles P. Like, it's not like you taking me off for Joe up the block." You know what I'm saying? Like,
word, right?
That's the Ghost, bro. Like,
he going ahead.
Let him do his thing. If he gonna do it for us, we need this. You feel me? So I was like, all right, bet. Say no more. So I sent it to him with the open verse. And the next morning, like me and my man went to the lab. We kept working on some stuff. And we sent them the open verse from the lab. And the next morning it was in my inbox. I was like, damn, me and Termanology was hype. You feel me? He called me like, yo, you heard this joint? I'm like, man, like, yo, I'm going to the lab to mix it right now. It's like, he was like, yo, I'm going to the lab. I was on my way to the post office do my thing with the merch. And he was like, yo, bro, I'm going to the lab to mix it right now. You're going to have a bounce. You're going to have a crispy version. And I was like, oh, I can't wait. You feel me? Like,
he fell off. He got a Wi-Fi malfunction. Taraji fell off. He had a Wi-Fi malfunction. All right, yo. So to bring us back on track, yo. Meeting Styles P.
What's up, Scoob? You asking? You want me to go straight into it?
Nah, go straight into it, bro. Go straight into it.
Meeting Styles PK, Rolling Loud, New York. That's where we was at. You heard? So we backstage at Rolling Loud. We in crack at a trailer. You know what I'm saying? All the artist trailers are like lined up next to each other. You know what I'm saying? So like next to crack is like I don't know what. There's a little Uzi. You know, there's 100 people, it's thousands of people there, man. Shit is packed. But they put crack a lot like towards the back, so it's a lot more quieter. You know what I'm saying? And that's what like all the like smokers was, the older dudes, you know what I'm saying? They was back, the legends more so, you know what I'm saying? Like they was out there while everybody else was in front taking pictures and shit. They was chilling in the back. So I had went to do something for Joe. When I came back, Styles was walking out the trailer. So I was like, oh shit, like that's the Ghost, you know what I'm saying? Like my first time, cause my first time initially meeting them, Static introduced me to them in Boston, but it was more like, you know, they were in their zone, you know what I'm saying? So, but I had kicked it with Jada, with Joe a few times, you know what I'm saying, on some intimate shit. So Jada like knows me, you know what I'm saying? So when I seen Styles coming out, I was like, I was taken aback. So I let him walk by me. He came down the steps. He walked by me with his wife, and he must have taken like 2 steps. I stopped him. I was like, "Yo, peace, Ghost." He turned around. It was like UFO. Before I got to get the like whole name out, he was like, "Nah, I know who you is, G's." He was like, "You kicking that shit for the gangsters." And gave me a hug, like, so I was like, I'm getting chills. Telling you, I was like, "Yo, Styles, I ain't gonna lie, my nigga. Like, I know you probably don't want to hear it, but you know, you made me survive the streets. Like, you helped me in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate that. You even giving me the time, you know what I'm saying?" He was like, "Nah, I rock with you, G's." He was like, "Stay up." Like, so he went and he smoked, but he didn't go far, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's still within the vicinity. The whole clique was right there, Jada, Sheik, everybody. So Kiss man Rosewood, he's like my man. Like, that's my man. Like, every time I see him, we show each other wild love. So I ain't have no wood. So I was like, "Yo, you got something I could roll up in?" Rosewood gave me a backwood. So I just stood with them and I was rolling up. And that's when, like, you know, they all, you know, Jada said what's up, Styles seen Jada say what's up to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just stood with them while Crack stood in the trailer. I was next to them and I was smoking and I was just chilling totally, like, next to Rosewood, just soaking up the vibes. Like, so when I went off in the trailer, that was the first time I was gonna be physically on stage with Joe as like helping them. You know what I'm saying? I've been on stages with him and TA out of town, but I've never had the mic. You know what I'm saying? So this was the first event where I was gonna be on stage with him. So it just so happened to lock to on his set.
Okay.
So me and Joe, I come out first. I bring Joe out. Me and Joe rocking. We bring Remy out. And then she leaves, me and Joe still rocking a little bit more, and then we bring the locks out. So when we bring them out, you know what I'm saying? Styles, when Joe brought them out, you know, Styles clapped my hand. Like I was walking off to let them rock, Styles clapped my hand, like
passing it like a
back. I was just watching them. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching them like a little kid, like they doing "We Gon' Make It."
Yeah, we go.
You know what I'm saying?
If I'm not bugging out, didn't you post a picture on the gram or something like that? Like, yo,
yeah,
you was on the side of a show.
Yeah. That's a fact. That is a fact, bro. I definitely posted.
Edit this in, K, real quick. You know, but all right, let me switch that right here since we doing that.
Yeah. That's a good look right there. That's a good one right there, twin. I mean,
I feel you.
All right, Shy. I see you, fam. I see you. You know what I mean? I see you. The OG's fitting very well. I think that's what the third one in the collection.
Smooth. Very smooth.
The fifth one in the collection. All right, fair support. OG.
Shout out to Vandal.
Word, man. Shout out to Vandal. School, what you got, bro? You got a notepad over there, bro.
Oh, yeah, my bad. All right, it's another joint here that like personally and a lot to me because
Scooby,
when
better
I
get him.
hear it, I love both my kids. I love both my kids conditionally, but this one it made me feel like that father-daughter bond. You love the song, you love me.
Every minute that I have with my family as a dad makes it worth coming off of the throne. These men think we competing, long as my family eating, we decent. My crew good, fishing my village or bring a feast in.
Now, what inspired you to write that joint? Because like when I hear it, that's why I feel like, yo, my little girl, my princess, you know. So I just want to know like what inspired you to write that one.
I wanted to leave her something that like when she goes back to my catalog, she can know that they something that was made specifically for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just put her name in the credits or executive producer and get her money. Like, I wanted to craft something that when she listened to it, she overall get an understanding as me as a male in the time we living in. You know what I'm saying? Besides reading my diary and all the notes I keep and all that shit that she could figure out, but to hear it and physically, you know, get that feeling, evoke that feeling to tell her like how much she mean, you know what I'm saying? In a time where I don't know, she get older, she might need to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not around or something. She might need to hear that. You know that you don't, you know, you love yourself, man. You love. You always gonna be loved. You know what I'm saying? So you don't ever have to feel like no one loves you. So the "You Love Me" sample is like me telling her you love me. You know what I mean? Like my kids love me more than I've ever loved myself. You know what I'm saying? So it makes me like change me, it picks me up, it keeps me positive. You know, rough days, we have rough days. You know, days I go hard on myself, like damn, you know what I'm saying? But overall, she don't care about none of that. She still be like, Dad, you know, even if I just barked on her or whatever, you know, 10 minutes later, she be like, Dad, you want to come in? And I'll be like, damn, you know, I'm over here lingering on it, upset and shit. She over here like, all good. So I'll be like, oh, that's my baby girl. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. So, God, that's pretty much what the energy was when I caught the record from Backpack. That's why I let it take me. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, UFO. How old are your kids, man?
I got a 6-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Wow,
God bless, yo.
Thank you, Lord.
I got a 6-year-old and I got a 10-year-old. So
yeah, man, we up there, we getting up there, you know what I'm saying? Legendary status, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, provide. I would love to have 10 kids if I was fruitful and I could provide. There ain't nothing like the process of birth with the woman is beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Makes you enjoy the woman a lot more, respect her, and then, you know, having the kid where they fresh and all that shit is beautiful, you know what I'm saying?
I got one more question too. The I can't pronounce her name. Jera? The female that's singing.
Oh, Zandra.
Zandra, yeah, I'm sorry. Now, how did you and her link up?
I was in the studio and when I was going in the lab, she was leaving a session.
Okay.
So I had a homegirl with me that knew her. So they were saying what's up to each other, and the homegirl was like, "Yo, Fev, you gotta hear her. She's crazy." But Zandra has a sister as well, an older sister who's nasty, but she only sings like blues and shit. Like she don't sing hip hop or nothing. She's like country. She be on the road in Nebraska for 4 months by herself in the woods writing songs. Like she's like one of them. You know what I'm saying? She's nasty. And Zandra is like, to me, when I first heard her, she reminded me of like Amy Winehouse, and I'm a big Amy Winehouse fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she like Amy Winehouse, a little bit Jill Scott. Yeah, I'm like, yo, a voice.
Because when you see her, you don't picture the voice. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of imagined it like when like they first met Amy Winehouse. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the same thing with Lady Gaga. These little girls. You know what I'm saying? They women. They're so small, they transform from girls to women, and their voices are so big. You know what I'm saying? With so much pain in it that you be like, damn, that shit is crazy. So yeah, Z is amazing, man. She's dope. She got her own stuff out as well. Check her out. She got a vibe.
She's that. Check her out because
she's that Amy Winehouse, that soul. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to her. She's on the Big Ghost joint too with me, man. You know, I'm bringing her.
Definitely shout out to her.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Yo, she got a crazy voice, man. Like when I first heard the song, and I was like, yo, like we got a keen ear for music, man. Yo, I grew up, you know, a little bit back my background. I grew up in a jazz household, jazz and blues, R&B, old soulful, stylistic, Luther Vandross, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding type of days, and you know, my cousin, all my family was in music. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if you ever heard of Star Search, but back in the day, my cousin won that like 16 times. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
It's just good that we can hear that, man, and to have somebody like that on your side, like you say, you be able to travel with her, take her there, take her here. That's like a blessing, man. Like to be able to have that voice right there with you at all times on deck, you know what I mean? And going through the emotion and be able to produce that effect at any point in time. That's a gift.
Right.
Shout out to you.
She's a she's a young Jewish girl from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? From over there and tucked in Brooklyn. So when she be around me, and I be bringing her through the hood and all that, she be like, it's like a whole nother world for her. She loves it, you know what I'm saying? And she opens up all my shows. All my shows, I keep her, my man Jose, and there's another young lady by the name of Remy Lewis. She's like 20 years old. She's an R&B songstress too. She's in that, but she's in the UK. Her pops live in the UK. Her mom's is the head of Tiffany's. So, yeah, that's how Ferg is plugged up at Tiffany's, because her mom's is in the scene with her daughter trying to get, you know what I'm saying? Remy, her name is Remy Lewis. She's fire. So I usually let them three, my shows consist of like those R&B acts and those different vibes, and then I come on, because I don't really usually book other rappers, because you know, then you bring a crowd is different hoods, and it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like my fans to come out. You might want to come with your lady, you know what I'm saying? You want to have a drink or something. So I try to keep it like a good vibe. So by the time the hip hop comes on, you ready for it. You done heard it's a little bit of rock, a little bit of R&B, whatever Remy's doing, whatever Zondra's doing, whatever Jose, he comes out with his guitarist and does his R&B shit. So once that's done, you be like, oh yeah, we ready for some hip hop now, you know what I'm saying? So that's mostly how I stay with them. They always with me. I'm always using them because I could do certain things, but I like to channel my energy through them as well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't try to do everything. I'm not one of them guys who want to like get out all the credit. I need their energy as well. They come in the lab and they be killing shit. You know, Zondra come through and she be like, I just gotta, you know, there's a quote from Phil Knight. It's like, you don't tell people how to do it. You tell them what to do and let them surprise you with that expectation. You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much just tell her what I had in mind. She goes in the booth and then I'll be like, oh, you know, I'll be blown away. So I love working with like those artists that are like, still strong voice, you know what I'm saying, in tune with themselves, that church vibe, you know what I'm saying, that soul, and I'm always surrounding myself with people like that.
That feels like what you describe, it feels like a good night at the House of Blues. You know what I mean? That type of vibe, that type of crowd, that type of venue. You know, so shout out to a lot of artists I've seen come through there, you know what I mean? You was telling me about, you know, Smoking Loud, the what was it, Smoking Loud tour?
The Rolling Loud.
Rolling Loud, right? That Smoking Loud. You know, I've been going.
That's what we doing.
All right. You know, that definitely reminded me of a time where me, my wife, we had flew up from Houston, met up with my sister to go to Brooklyn and go see. I forgot what they was calling that show. But they ended up bringing it back a couple of times. With 50 that came out there. I think the Locks did a set and whatever. So I always they had it in Brooklyn. So I always like to, you know, try to, you know, show up to show love and definitely catch those shows, because those shits end up being memorable now. You know what I mean? And almost like legendary to see these acts, you know, show up for a night.
And they love performing in those environments. Like, you know what I'm saying? They love just seeing it from both sides, being an artist and being around, you know, it's like, yo, they love when it's like intimate and it's more like, you know, it's dope like that, man. I seen Rick Ross in Brooklyn and Williamsburg, man, in a block party.
Word?
Word, bro. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen, bro. Ross was on fire, bro.
Why do you feel like? Do you feel like Ross gets his props in hip hop, man, or do you feel like, you know, it's always a uphill battle with Ross?
He's one of the greatest, man. You know what I'm saying? To me, you know, pen wise, people can't touch him. You know what I'm saying? He's nasty with the pen, man.
I remember having this thing, right? This was 2010, right? And you know, at the time, I like him, but I got a whole problem with the whole keep it real thing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a huge James Bond fan. I'm a huge Mission Impossible fan. Ever since a kid, you know what I'm saying? I used to like all those you know, type of movies where dudes traveled all over the world and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I've always been impressed by that. Hence the name International Reign Supreme, right? So, you know, being inspired by that, you kind of want to live that shit. You know what I mean? So I like to travel and shit like that when we could. When you're touring, right? What's like the 5 things you can't live without when you on tour?
Definitely some good weed. You know what I'm saying? I'm always with.
That's up there.
I'm always wherever the plant is at. I always got the plant with me, you know what I'm saying? I always got a book, my headphones, and my, you know, whatever device I could listen to some music on, and something on tour I always bring with me. I can't live without. I make sure I leave the crib with like a pen and a pad. Like, I usually take my like journal, you know what I'm saying? So I can write about my experience and shit. So those are things like my wife is always asking me, like, you got this, like, you got your journal, you got your book to read in, like, that's what she makes sure I leave with. So
right.
Because when we on tour, I'm usually, you know, I'm trying to like see where we at, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm in my hotel room just, you know, relaxing, chilling.
All right, so we done broke that 10-minute mark. We down into the 8-minute mark, just to, you know, kind of keep this thing going. Because usually I be fucking this up, so I'm proud of me right now. Shout out to me, staying on point with this fucking time.
Those meetings, those jogging meetings that we be talking about, how I pass the baton to you because I get up at 5:30 and you're an hour behind, so you get up at 6:30, then we pass the baton. They working, bro. Look at you, boy. Look at you. Got your shit all together for International Reign Supreme thing.
You know it.
So going back to the music real quick, off of the Basic Instruction Before Leaving Earth album that came out in 2018, which was a banger in my V all day, every day, for quite a while. George Michael Jackson. I was trying to figure out what was the links to the song. Why would he call it that song? Now here's the thing. I'm a huge George Michael fan. We get ready to drop an episode tonight. So to wrap this up, I'm gonna do that. And in that episode, no, my bad. I be fucking up. We did an episode with my homegirl E. Lee, and I said on her show that I'm a huge George Michael fan because the motherfucker was dope and he could sing his fucking ass off, and I know good fucking music. The track is dope. It's in a great spot between Wu-Tang is for the Children and my favorite joint from U-Tang. So what's the deal with George Michael Jackson? How do we get that title?
Oh yeah, this is all year. Oh yeah, this is all year. Yo.
It's a joy. I guess it's a joy. Well, when Backpack sent it, that's what it was titled, George Michael Jackson. So when I called him, I asked him the same thing, like, yo, what we doing with this, twin? Like, cause I usually write off the like title of what you send me, you know what I'm saying? So like, it stays within that vein. Like, Villains was actually titled Villains, you know what I'm saying? Like, when Term sent it. So when Backpack sent the beat, I'm like, yo, Twin, what you like? And it's a George Michael sample, and the Jackson is just a funk, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we started laughing because that became my alias. Like when I would check in the hotels and shit, would be George Michael Jackson. You know so it became my alias, little George Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so we was confirming the interview tonight, right? You had hit me up like, yo, is it go? And I hit you back like, right, your voice. As an artist, you know what I mean, when you're in the studio and everything and you're thinking about your ad-libs and stuff like that, you know, what made you comfortable with using, you know, that ad-lib right the way that you use it? For one, it helps you to stand out. Two, I know it's catchy and it sounds fly too, but is there another reason for that?
That's something they say in my neighborhood. Like that's why everybody just like when you like it's like right, like niggas be like right, like if you talk some shit right now, you drop the gems, they be like right, like
yo, that's there's this one sample be like I think it's Fox, and that's the way Get Up. I was on that Jada Kiss and Fabulous, that Freddie album. Be like right.
It's just so that the, you know, but they would say it like that, like right, like right. Like you was getting hyper son, or you was arguing with somebody, you was proving your point, or you was like right. You know what I'm saying? So before the track to get me in my zone, I'd be on this knocking, I'd be like right. Like your son that it was just saying in my hood, so it just kept going, you know what I'm saying? And then like once I got around cracking everybody and they really say I be that niggas be saying it, they see it, you know what I'm saying? Like they see it in action, so they be like, oh shit, like right.
Yo, that's right. You know what? Crazy how through growing up in neighborhoods and expression of art and culture, right? It's like how it would be a letter in a different international language with the accent. So it's almost like what's good, or what's good.
It's good. Like what's good can mean trouble. It can
mean so many.
It's crazy how like one word can mean so many different things.
Oh hell yeah!
Right.
It was cool. It was good. Oh shit.
Yo,
that's what, Kay. You be like this. Remember this, Kay? What's really good?
What's really good?
No. I got something that's even funnier than that. Real quick, you know, we all came up around Puerto Rico, right? You know what I'm saying? And my right hand is my brother. You know what I mean? He should be doing this shit with us, but you know, forget about it. You know what I mean? So Joey is my other brother, right? So because of Joey, yo, real talk, because of Joey, my daughter, whose birthday we just celebrated yesterday, she called herself Puerto Rican because of him.
No.
Yo, it's on Facebook right now. She made a post like a couple of days ago or some shit like, you know, what do people not know about you? I'm Puerto Rican. I call her, I'm like, you still with this shit? And she was like, Joey's still my uncle. I'm like, you know what, fuck it.
Puerto Rican. It's 2020. You can be what you want to be. Puerto Rican.
I'm part Puerto Rican too. They be joking me in the barbershop. So my ex-wife is Puerto Rican. I was just dating a Puerto Rican, whatever. But I got a saying that I be saying when I be getting hype. I be like, yo, como tu tiendo?
You feel me?
That don't mean shit.
You feel me?
I forgot what it was. Joey say. But I said that shit to a Mexican when I first moved here to Houston.
What'd you say?
That was the fucking meant. It's like I called them a pussy or something. The shit was so fucking funny.
His facial expression changed?
Huh?
His facial expression changed? He was like,
yo, he was cool. We were cool. You know what I'm saying? We were cool. And he was like, yo, where you learn that from? I was like, nah, you know, that's what me and my man say when we see each other. He was like, nah, man, you calling me a pussy. That's not cool.
That's not cool.
Yo, my bad, man, because I'm fresh out. I'm fresh out, bro.
This East Coast shit.
Man,
it's like words different things. Crazy.
How because on this cover, you know, with the joint with you and Term, you know, from El Barrio, you looking like a young Mark Anthony on the cover. You know what I mean? How important is it for you to rep your culture within the culture of hip hop?
You know, first and foremost, I'm from El Barrio. I was born in Mount Sinai, you know what I'm saying? I was raised, I went to high school in the hood. Everything I did was in El Barrio. It was really El Barrio. We didn't know it as Spanish Harlem, really. You know, I'm from the projects. They was predominantly Black and Latino. Even the Black brothers knew Spanish, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't learn about being Puerto Rican though until I got older, you know what I'm saying? I just thought I was from the hood. It wasn't really no, until you start getting like to end of high school and stuff, and you start hearing about, you know, the racism that exists and Puerto Ricans beefing with the Blacks and all this other stuff going on. And it wasn't until like my mid-20s to my late 20s where I started like realizing about what it meant to be a Latino and who they were in history. You know, that's when I just was like, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not how can you say it? I'm not like a hick. I'm not from the yard, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I've never been to the city, but I'm embrace it as much as I can to the fullest extent while still being who I am. And that's all, man. And it's not like I'm trying to shove it down anybody's throat. If you saw me, you obviously could see it. And I think it just means a lot because I think hip hop has made a lot of millionaires. And you know, I just think Latinos get this sometimes they get this bad rap. Sometimes the vibe might not be on for every Latino. Sometimes they might come off corny, or they might be too, you know, they might not want to conform to mainstream hip hop. They strictly one way. You know, shout out to Crazy Legs. They that formula, you know what I'm saying? Like, so for me though, you know, I grew up in a time where in front of my building they was listening to Big, you know what I'm saying? They was listening to Nas, all of that, the DMX, you know what I'm saying? We was in school buying X CDs, so it wasn't really too much like underground hip hop, really like that. You had to be like into it, you know what I'm saying? To really, but it was mostly the stuff we hooked on now, you know? And I say that to say I try to stay true to that and still represent this, you know what I'm saying?
Absolute. And you know, for us, like, you know, we came up, you know, listening to obviously to Joe, Terror Squad, Pun, shout out to Cuban Link, you know what I mean? And you know, the thing that I always appreciated is that the flavor was always in the sound, it was always in the lyrics, you know what I mean? Shout out to Este Nat, if I'm saying his name right. I'm really digging him right now. And you know, again, I see the emergence of where it needs to be, where it's not just one squad carrying this torch anymore. You know what I mean? It's getting lit up all over the place. Shout out to DJ Muggs too, because you know Muggs been collabing over the last couple of years. And, you know, the joints that he's been putting out, juicing, has been really dope, man. So shout out to him and what he's doing. But joint with Big Ghost coming.
Woo! Right.
And I gotta tell you, man, the first time I heard a Big Ghost joint, I was a little bothered because his name was Big Ghost. And then after, you know, I got through the album, I was like, you know what, he could call himself whatever the fuck he want to call himself. That motherfucker's dope.
Yeah,
and if I'm not mistaken, he's coming off of a project with Conway just recently.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How did that connect happen?
Right. I've got a feeling I'm being penalized.
He reached out. Man. If I'm not mistaken, originally someone left a comment where like both of us like, yo, y'all should link. And he reached out. He was like, yo, man, I rock with your stuff. I'm gonna craft some. He explained to me how he works, in a brief message, pretty much how he gets down. And he asked me to be patient. He made it clear, like, yo, just please be patient. And I was patient, man. I was rocking, still working. And he sent the batch. He was like, yo, I got something for you, Fev. And yo, man, I'm excited, bro.
Doses. When I'm in the physical, it's obvious I'm focused. UFO, they warned about me like the locust. The author of the Bible, the good Lord spoke this. Line when your mind right wouldn't change nothing from a bum to a prize fight. When I show up now, there's a limelight. Style tight, loving what it sound like. Then taking care of a few months rent. I think it's clear as far as skill level ain't an MC getting near. I catch a body on the feature label, won't let it clear.
I'm super excited, man. I think we did some dope, super dope, man, for real. I know Ghost is, I've received a few messages from like people I guess Ghost is close or close with that heard the project. And, I'm like, yo, people are, the response is amazing, but I'm still like, because I say all that to say, I sent it to Ghost, like when he sent me the records, I wrote the records, I recorded them. I never like would imagine how the body of work would come back. You know what I'm saying? I've never worked like that. I'm always there for the process. So it's like sending something away and you getting it back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so that's what you had to be patient for. It wasn't waiting on him to send you the work. It was waiting for you to hear what he did with it.
It was a little bit of both, because every beat he sent was what he sent. You feel me? Like, he didn't send no extras. It wasn't like I recorded 20 and he took it. Nah, like, he sent the exact canvas. Like, yo, this is your folder. You know what I'm saying? And I superseded what he thought, and then when he sent it back, he superseded what I thought it would be. He made it sound like super cohesive, you know what I'm saying? To not be in the room with him, you understand? And for him to like know what he wants, it's crazy.
This is a bit of a double barrel kind of a question. Can you explain what your growth has been like through Camouflage, through Amigas, up to where up to this project that you on now? And the side B to that question is, with that growth, what did you put into this new project with Big Ghost?
I think the growth comes with the listener. I think every person that latches on, they always find something that's new, and they go back to experience new stuff. The growth for me happens in real time. Like, as I'm recording this stuff, that's when the growth is happening, because I'm writing about real stuff. That's why like a lot of the projects were crafted within the same year, because this is all I'm able to drop these projects because I was formulating it all at one time. I would tell Joe, like, yo, I got like 5 EPs. He'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he look at me like, yeah, right. Like, you got so much music. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I would tell, I've sit in the lab with arsonists or the heat makers and be like, yo, Twin, I got like 5 EPs I'm about to drop. You know what I'm saying? He would be like, you bugging out. Just work on one thing. You know what I'm saying? Craft one one bomb, and I'll be like, nah, y'all don't even understand. You know what I'm saying? So
Instead of one bomb, you got a landmine.
yeah, like I'm, you know, because you can't. Ultimately, and the truth is, you can't play somebody 5 EPs. You know what I'm saying? I can only tell you. I can't physically show you them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can play you a bunch of music, but it's not gonna, you don't want to hear 5 EPs worth of music if I'm pitching it to you in one shot with building. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
I might could play you a record, 2, 3 records. You be like, oh, yo, those are coming out. You know, you might ask that, or like, yo, what's those? And I'll be like, yo, that's for this.
Yeah.
You know, I'll explain it like that. But the overall process is just the growth comes as me as a man. You know, songs like You Love Me, all them records all come from growing with my family. Even to when you guys hear the Big Ghost stuff, they still records to the family on there. You know what I'm saying? But in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always trying to get better. I'm always seeing a rap out, and I'm always wanting to tear his head off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always trying to get better. I'm competitive. I come from basketball. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm trying to eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to eat. So it's like there's always in my head is friendly competition.
Trying to break some ankles.
Yeah, I'm always right into an imaginary. You know what I'm saying? An imaginary competitor. I'm always picturing myself going against the ultimate, you know what I'm saying? So, and then with the music, I try, like, you know, as you referred to back earlier, I try to keep a message, but I still want to let you know if I'm going to talk street stuff, I got to be able to speak the dichotomy of both sides, you know what I'm saying? So, I try to let the real and the fake. There's some fake stuff that goes on, and there's some real stuff that goes on, and you know, there's some snitching that goes on. It happens. You can't take the game. If you remove one piece off the chessboard, it's no longer a game of chess.
And you know, you write from a very, you know, strategic standpoint. You know what I'm saying? When you do pen your songs, they're written from a leader, not from a boss. You know what I mean? And we can get behind the leader. You know what I mean? The boss shit we want to question and see what's real. And I feel that when I'm listening to your song, that's real. I feel that there's a leader that's going to take charge. Like you said, you know, I protect all the women and kids. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing more clean cut than saying, yo, I'm here, I'm a warrior at this. And you know what I'm saying? I got the high behind me, and we here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's strong. School, you got anything less on your notes, Shy? What you got? What we doing?
I got one more joint.
I'm about to wrap this up. Ghost is coming. Yo, somebody else says they coming, but I can't say it because you know who's coming though. But I can say Winter's coming.
But yeah, I got one more joint.
I'm gonna take us home. See, I hopped on a little bit late. UFO had a lot of things going on. I mean, not a lot of things. Let me tell you like this. It's not a lot of things when we have a legend like yourself to be blessed with the presence of and spend.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You took time out. The other night, I was sitting around. The other night we were supposed to record. I was up for 24 hours, bro. I stopped drinking, so my mind has been like I said. So I was trying to hold on. I was holding on. It's okay, yo. I'm gonna pass out. I'm done.
Nah, man. I move on God's time. I'm with. You know what I'm saying? Real life happens, bro.
We here. You know what I'm saying? Us being so organic with the lifestyles that we have, we just appreciate you even a hit back to follow up to do it, man. Like that's real shit right there. A lot of artists they talk about
Tell them, Shy.
Hey, they ain't even fucking doing real shit. Nigga, do real nigga shit, man. Be like UFO Evo. Watch this episode and see what it is. See what it is to interview a real nigga. And be and you know what? If you ain't worthy of motherfucking press the play button, we gonna use our analytics. We gonna find out. Take your ass off this shit.
Right.
That was good. That was AJ. You just met AJ. Let me get back to shop. You know what I mean?
On that note,
yo, look, Shave Shack shout in the building. Ha ha
he might shave you. He might gotta shave you.
Word up.
He gonna shave you.
Y'all covered most of all the questions, but the only question that I have for you, and I'm gonna finish it up like this, is UFO Evo. I have to ask you.
Fee.
Oh, that's the. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm being so disrespectful. My writing be so sloppy sometimes, and I call UFO. So everything I put in, it's on my. You already in the feed, like you already in my playlist. So I don't really have to. You know what I mean?
UFO, we good. Yeah, the UFO is we good.
Yo, so listen. I just want to know. Let me get position.
Is that a Mob Deep t-shirt? Oh, no. Rest in peace, Prodigy.
Peace. So my question to you is, at what moment, sir, it may have been, you know what I'm saying, a sunny day in Harlem that day. It might have been a late night when the ice cream was open and the ice cream and all the flavors was out there walking around in the short shorts and all that. But at what point in your career or your life did you realize that you were in love with hip hop? Boom!
When I crossed the street and I wasn't supposed to, and I bought It Was Written. I was not allowed to go up the block, bro. And I went up the block to the mixtape spot. And I bought the CD and I ran right back to the hood, bro. Never happened, you heard? I went upstairs and I played that. And I mean, there were other moments before that where I was like, my pops brought home music and stuff, but like I physically had money, you know what I'm saying? And my grandmom's, for whatever reason, she went upstairs for a quick minute, bro, and I ran right across two streets. I ran across 2 streets, and I was like,
so tempted, bro. But I used to come around the corner, and I'm coming up the hill, and they be looking on Kemp Avenue and Glen Cove. You know what I'm saying? That's where we grew up. Shout out. That's where it's all started. On Kemp Avenue. When I hit that corner and that light was coming and they ain't look, yo. When I got around that corner and that light would be on, I knew I was getting my ass whooped, bro.
Yo, man, word. So I remember I went in and I was like, yo, I need that non-CD, man. The homie gave it to me from over the counter. I gave him 20. I left. I ran back across the same 2 streets, ran into my projects, went upstairs, cracked it open. I listened to it and I was like, this is fire.
Let me ask you one more question. UFO, was your branch already rolled up, or you rolled up while you was listening? That's what I really want to know.
I wasn't even chiefing back then, bro. I'm keeping it honest. I wasn't even chiefing back then, bro. I was young lungs, you know what I'm saying? I had baby lungs. True story, man. I got turned out a little later on. We was doing like little, like, you remember BDs?
Yeah. Bro, remember the train station? The train station. He said BDs, say word.
You know, we was doing those in the back staircase, thinking we doing something, you know what I'm saying?
No, I want to say one thing out there. Yo, if y'all from the hood, y'all know about BDs, y'all ain't from the hood,
Come
bro.
on, man. That's how you know what I'm saying? We was in the back staircase pulling on. My man would bring BDs, like, yo, this is like weed right here. We was just like,
yo, that shit would give me my head so wooey woo.
What?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, it was, one time my bro was at the train station. Cop came out, I was like, yo, what you smoking on? I said, BD. He said to me, you got weed? Weed? I said, it's a freaking BD. He smelled like marijuana to me. I'm like, wow.
Word, bro. We just a young homie.
Fucking incense, sage, and fucking rosemary.
Yeah, I don't even think. I wonder if you can find a BD now. Yo, right? That's crazy.
I'm gonna follow you on IG and tag a post. I find anything. I'll find it.
No, believe him. He will find it. Believe him.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, we solo shits in high school. We used to put them in the cassette tape.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't break because it's just mad fragile. You break it,
bro.
once you got it out the tape pack. So you get a hold of this song.
Yo.
We filmed the White Boys for $1.
Yo, how mad we were that day we got off that bus and we was mad tight. We was at the train station somewhere because we was from Long Island, so we would always travel out to the city. We would tell our people that we was going to ride our bikes, and then we lock the bikes up and hop on the bus and then take the shit mad far, son. We would play a game like how far we could get to be back home before the light came on. You know what I'm saying?
Back to that light.
This was a rough one, man. Because after all raining, that's when we had the Columbia rain suits. We had the Ace Solos, the Trazitas. You know what I'm saying? And the Dolomites. You know what I mean? Avorexes. We was in the rain. Niggas walking in the rain with Avorexes and bruh. Got to the train station after all that shit. The motherfucking pack of beaties was soppy wet and broke. It was broke and wet. Niggas, yo, I did. Right.
Not the beaties.
Right.
Right. That's one of those. Like, right. You just gotta look at your man. Like, right.
Yeah.
Tight.
Yo, so this new album coming. Is this an album or is this an EP?
Technically, in the correct language, is an EP. It's under 30. You know, it's just that 30 minutes. It's 10 joints. But in this days of time, that's an album.
Yeah, that's the album. I think if we get more than 7, we get an album.
And I don't really think nobody want to hear. I mean, unless it's a legacy artist that's putting something out for you, they not gonna come back out for another 5-10 years type. But if you trying to put out consistent music, because there's levels to this. So there is a game of putting out 22 songs. You know what I'm saying? There is benefits to certain artists moving like that. But at the level we at, if I could get you, the average ride somewhere is a half hour. Mm-hmm. If I could get you there, you know what I'm saying, the whole project. If you're going longer than a half hour, you might play it twice. And that's good. You know what I'm saying? So we straight with that.
As an artist, it's so dope that you look at it like that because, you know what I'm saying? Your man right there, our man right there, Reem Supreme, you know what I'm saying? He owns True Digital, and we look at analytics like that before artists to be able to look at it and break it down as far as because we look at it as eyeballs, you know what I'm saying? It ain't about, you gotta, there's a show on Netflix called Social Dilemma, and right now it's that fast generation, that millennial, no time, that microwave type of thing, and it's crazy that you can adapt creatively as an artist to, you know what I'm saying? You average like on Instagram, on Instagram, average time that you getting is like 10-15 seconds of people watching your content. You know what I mean? It's only possible. Before you call me back again and interrupt my podcast and I get mad. And that's basically, the vibe of it, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I definitely learned that. You know what I'm saying? Like people, it used to happen before I got comfortable dropping music. I would do like freestyles to other people's joints, but I would write songs like how 50 would do it. But they would be like a verse and a hook and then like another maybe verse. I wouldn't try to go too long. So when I started formulating my own songs, it kind of carried over. It was like a verse, a hook, and a verse. Like, because I'm from originally when I used to first start writing rhymes, it was that 3-verse era. Yep. Like you have to write 3 verses for a song, 3/16s. It was like one of the hardest things to do. You know what I'm saying? Like stay on topic 3 times. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You got to carry that last one. Got to be as good as the first one too.
Because they listening to that. You know what I'm saying?
I heard a rumor once that Puff used to make rappers write like when they thought they had their first hot verse. Like, yo, this the one I'm gonna set it off with.
Write it again.
He would be like, nah, that's your third. Go write another first verse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. But yo, man, I'm looking forward to the new joint. I'm still rocking with the last one with you and Terman. Like I said a while ago, man, yo, shout out to him. I hope that we get a chance to speak with him one day, just to say what's up and give him his flowers.
Yeah, I'll definitely plug y'all up, man, for sure. I got you. Don't worry about it.
Word.
Yo.
I'd love to just build with him like, yo, man, you're dope as an MC, but you're great as a producer too, because it's not about just making beats and sending them to people and be like, you know what I mean? What you gonna do? Like, as a producer, it's your fucking job to cater to me as an artist, you know what I mean? And to rock with me as an artist and to see this vision. And then the other thing that I really appreciate too is when you were talking about the project, not only is he involved, but you paint a story like he got just as much skin in this project as you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
sure.
It's important that both of y'all win on this project. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So, you know, again, man, I thank you for taking the time out and rocking with us, man.
Man, thank y'all. We could go for 2 days straight, man. Man.
Wait, yo. I want to say one thing. Take one thing in. It's one joint off your fresh air that I played one time, but I heard it, and I was having a fucked up day. Not today. I was like, yo, I heard that, I was like, yo, I felt like, yo, not today, nigga, not today.
They didn't believe back when I couldn't achieve. My teachers probably would have told you that I couldn't even read. Took everything away, never watered the seed. Little did they know that it would grow to be me.
You know what I'm saying? So like, when you did that joint, was you thinking that not today? That's why you wrote that joint. Just like something just went done with it.
I had went into the studio and Hailey had just laid the hook like the night before or something. So Static was just going over like that batch of stuff that they had just done, and that joint played, and I was in another room rolling up, and like Static's room is connected to his studio. It's like he has a lounge area and that's where he works. So the door is open. I can hear everything he's doing. You can see me and shit. I'm rolling up and I hear it. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. You feel me? I'm like, yo, who's is that? I'm like, you know, Static is mad nonchalant all the time. Like, he not impressed by shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, I'm like, yo, let me get on that. He like, you got something for it? But to see the thing with Static is, when you speak about growth, I'll revert back to that real quick. Static taught me that that I can produce high quality in a quick amount of time, because I wasn't doing that before. Like, I was a home writer, you know what I'm saying? Static, if you say you want the beat, you gotta record it right there. There's no going home with it. And he don't email beats, like, unless you like 2 Chainz or Crack or something, then he'll email it, you know what I'm saying? But like, for me, he wasn't trying to send me them shits. He was like, you want it? What you got right now, you know what I'm saying? So
gotta kill it now.
The majority of Fresh Air is like, you know, I don't write my rhymes, but it's like majority of it is freestyle. Like, me going in there like and just trying to rap my ass off, you know what I'm saying? And because Static is recording me and he's sitting there, so if I would lay the verse and I come out and I'd be like, he'd be like, you good? I'd be like, all right, we good. Like, now I'll come out and I'll be like, yo, I wasn't. He'd be like, you good? You come out. And I'll be like, all right, I'm good.
That's what's up. But see that tell you that your bar.
Oh, and Big Scoop to revert Termanology actually wrote that hook.
Oh, word?
Word.
That's crazy. Listen,
I wasn't there the night they did it, but you know the session they had at Hailey, and because Term has credits on the album for it, you know. Besides that, but the night I recorded it, he was FaceTiming Static, and Static played it for him, and he was like, yo, that's the shit I wrote. He was like, yo, I wrote that joint last night. That shit hard, twin. I'm glad you got on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what's up? That's what's up.
Yeah, that joint is wildfire, dude. Like, that's
my joint.
You played those a couple of times, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I play Jazzy mostly when I'm sitting in the driveway right before I pull up. You know what I mean? Like my neighbors know, like, he about to leave.
That's what's up. I appreciate that,
Hey,
man.
real talk is usually on a Friday.
Yeah.
Usually after I wash the car. And I try to wash the car about 10:30, 11-ish. So about like 5, 6-ish, I could put the windows down. You know what I mean? I'm a real fresh nigga, B, for real.
Nah, bro, I gotta salute that.
Right. I don't necessarily get paid on Friday, but I like to do the payday Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday. You feel good. You just want to feel good. I'm not mad at you, twin. I'm the same way.
Right.
I'm the same way, twin. I wake up on a Friday and get drip. You feel me? Like clean the crib, throw some fresh on. Like even with nowhere to go, when we rocking though, you feel me? Like,
yo, we got less than a minute left. UFO Fev in the building.